Hello there, Goony124 here. Today I'm going to be playtesting a game called Tiny Solar System. This is a space game that has a lot of cool physics mechanics to it, despite its size. In this game, like a lot of space games, you'll be going around space, specifically the solar system in this game, in a spaceship. Though in this game it's a rocket ship, but still. Unlike a lot of space games where you just simply press, the movement keys and you just go in whatever direction you want. In this game, you gotta respect physics in it. You gotta get the thrusters strength right. You gotta get the trajectory right, so you can actually orbit and land on celestial bodies, which is really cool. And a lot of the missions in the game are based around this. For example, get a character from Earth to Mars by, respecting the physics in the game, which is really cool. I've played this game a few times already. Just done the missions twice, so I just could decide on this playtest and what feedback to give. But I have the feedback I need to give. I found some glitches in it. Very cool. So let's actually start the game. And another thing to note about this game, it's very cutesy. It's very almost like kind of child-friendly kind of game, like something you like a young person would play, which is really cool because the game will. It's quite educational on how the physics of space work, which is really nice. I really like that about the game, that it allows to teach young people about how orbits work, how gravity works, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll go more into the physics mechanics, which I really like. But let's actually start the game. So I have already, like I said, already started playing it, so let's continue. And a cool thing about this main menu, I like to say, is the game actually is already technically started as soon as you launch it. As you can see, I can scroll in and out right now. Yeah, let's start the game. And I do like the UI, but I do think maybe the dialogue, it goes with the cutesy art style, it does, but maybe make these icons a bit more higher quality. I don't know. I was thinking maybe add some improvements to the dialogue, but it's okay right now. I do think there's quite a lot of space here in the UI that needs to be filled up by something, but I don't know. But let's actually play the game. So, to get out of Earth's orbit, because we've got orbit Earth, but to actually get off the Earth, we need to get to escape velocity, basically. And up here it says thruster limiter. Basically, this determines how much strength we basically put on the rocket, so we can actually go further. But so the thruster limiter is automatic, so it means. Because what I was actually about to say is, if we were to do this manually and keep that to maximum, although you can turn quite well, it's quite hard to land, because in this game, if you go into a planet or something really fast, you do blow up. So although it is easier to turn at max, it's better to have auto on because it's a lot easier to land and stuff. But I do like to use maximum manual if I need to go to further areas and just basically counteract the force by just going the opposite direction a bit. But anyway, let's actually do the mission. So we'll be given this mission to orbit the Earth. So let's orbit the Earth. This orbit going. There we go. There's our orbit. Like I said, this is a really cool mechanic, which I really like, how the gravity of the planets and the other celestial bodies in this game. It's really cool. I really do like the usage of that for the space travel. I also like how there's actual bots here as well that also do this, which is really cool. Another thing about the physics I really like is when you land on a celestial body, the actual rocket will turn with the actual planet, which is really nice. So we need to land back on Earth. Let's do that. Let's turn around. Here we go. There we go. So land. If I were to land face down with the rocket tip, it would crash. Okay, so now we've got to take Claire to the moon. So we've got to land on a different celestial body, which is not a problem. Not a problem at all. Do that. Oh yeah, I forgot about the mouse is also used. There is one issue with the mouse though. If you were to... I've noticed that audio problem with the mouse. But I landed on the moon. Orbit the moon. Oh, orbit the moon. I should read. We need to orbit the moon so we can actually get data on it. Yes. Almost. There we go. That's like an elliptical orbit, almost. There we go. Go back to Earth. I really do enjoy this game, it's really nice. I was thinking about maybe they should add more solar systems and stuff, but it is about our solar system. Because when I just like scroll out, you can scroll really far out to the point that like you can see the UI's basically changed. Like that's not intentional, I don't think. You can scroll that far out in the game. Just, you know, maybe it's just to show you that space is really big. Yeah, let's take Claire to the moon now. Oh yeah, that I've noticed if you just, you know, spam that, it just spams that sound effect of that guy going wee. Hearing it all the time kind of annoys me a little bit, but let's go to the moon. There we go. Simples.
Hooray!
But yeah, like the art style of it, the drawn characters, the music, and the sound effects definitely make this game seem very appropriate for young people to learn about how, like I said, how gravity and orbits work. Very educational. Would be nice if there was variations of the music though, because it is literally the same song played over and over again. This is what's on about with the character designs, is that they're quite blurry, so I do definitely think you should definitely improve the sprites, at least the sprites. It would be cool if there was actually like, I don't know, because they're in spaceships and like, maybe it's like, you know, like a teller, what do they call it? Almost like, you know, like how in, it'll come to me. But you know how, communications kind of thing. Why is it so hard for me to, I'm just trying to get my words really, like a communications like feed where you just like see them in like this cute 3D kind of models and stuff. You like have a communication like link with them and you see their 3D animations and stuff. That'd be pretty cool if you can get what I mean. Like, it is quite early in the morning right now, if I sound a bit confused. But yeah, let's go to the sun now. I'll show you what oh yeah, I've already done manual. Well, let's just go past the sun. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is it'd be cool if the dialogue had a bit more interesting like features to it. That'd be pretty cool. Like a bit more interactions between the characters. There we go. Oh, it blew up anyway. But it doesn't matter because we respawn. Pretty good. You know, just like keep exploding rockets and wasting a lot of taxpayers' money, and I'm perfectly fine. I just respawn. Very good. Okay, now I need to go to Mars. One thing I didn't mention, when you went to a planet and did the mission, an actual building popped up on the planet when they make their like base there, which is really cool. It's a really cool detail once you complete the mission. Yeah, it's I definitely do think there needs to be a bit more done with this space, because there's a lot of space on the sides of here on this UI. There definitely needs to be something, I think. Like, maybe in the game later on, when the developers added more missions, maybe there'll be a lot more missions to do. Like, maybe you go to different planets and each, like, person will give you a new mission and they'll be on there. Because I've only noticed getting missions from just Earth so far. Let's go to Mars. Where is Mars? Oh, it's right behind us. Oh no. No, not manual, turn auto back on so we don't go in too fast. I don't want to explode into Mars. Move alongside here. Here we go. The Mars is moving, so we've got to kind of intercept it. I do like that. Like I mentioned, I like the physics again, but I like how the planets even move on their actual own orbits around the sun as well. Pretty cool. There we go, we're gonna land on Mars there. Nice. Okay, let's go back to Earth. Here we go. Yeah, we'll talk about some of the bugs I found in this game while I played it. Once we've done this, I think there's only one more mission to go. Anything else? Oh yeah, the camera mode. I didn't mention that. Basically, you got different camera modes you can use, just so you know. If you wanted to, you know, see your space pilot in a different view, like, way. Like, there's like a follow one where it follows the rocket, and there's one that's cinematic. Yeah. Like, you know, just talking about different features while I just get this these missions sorted out. Yeah, recenters when you... Oh god. Recenters when you basically go too unfocused on the rocket. For example, if I were to do this. Just recenter it. So the camera will go back on the rocket. That's basically what that does. Here we go. Quite interesting, you hear thrusters, but then you don't hear explosions. Obviously you don't hear explosions in space. Unless the reason you hear thrusters is because the rocket acts like a medium for the sound to travel through. Maybe that's why you hear something. Maybe that's why, actually. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why, actually. That makes sense. I don't know. Maybe it's not an explosion sound. We're quite early in the morning, so I don't know if I'm right or not. Sure, this is something solid, the sound can move through it, so maybe that's the reason why you hear the rocket. I don't know. Because that's what sound is. just particles. Here we go. Land on that. Oh, going too fast. Whee! Go. What is that? Oh, that's the yeah, basically in this game there's the red line and the yellow line. Yellow line basically determines where you're going to land on a planet, I think. But the red line is just your general direction. There we go.
Hooray!
There we go, very nice. So that's the last mission, I think. So let's just crash into something. There we go. But now let's look at the bugs now. Okay, so you might notice with the crash, but basically when you crash, you can control the explosion's direction, apparently. Like, doesn't make any sense. What it seems like the rocket is still kind of there. It's just the model gets turned invisible when you obviously blow it up. So I can still control the explosion, which is kind of weird. That is a bug. There's also a bug regarding missions as well. There's actually a way to make it so you can skip them. Let me just try this. Let's start a new game. So new game. If I oh yeah, also if you load a game, it will also make you do the missions. Like if you were to load a previous save, it will make you do the missions again. But there is a way to skip this by simply putting new game, so you don't have to do the missions at all anymore, which is kind of soft locking the game, because you need to do that start mission for there even to be missions anyway. So, those are the bugs I have found. I don't know if there's, I think there's, are there any more of them? I don't know. See if I can remember any of them, but let's actually... Oh, I didn't ever notice that. The water is actually moving. That's pretty cool. But yeah, let's actually play the game for a little bit and just land on some planets and stuff. Oh yeah. Really cool thing about this game is with the celestial bodies, they actually... react differently depending on what kind of well, if your rocket lands them, they react differently depending on the celestial body. Like we already saw the sun. If you crash into a sun, obviously your rocket isn't really gonna survive there. But if I were to try and land on Jupiter, it would not work out very well at all either. Let's go to Jupiter actually. And you can land on the moons as well, so that's pretty cool. So, makes sense you can land on Jupiter's moons because they're solid, and you can not land on Jupiter because it's a gas giant. More physics stuff, basically. Try and land. Let's land on one of the moons before. On Ganymede. There we go. So we landed on the moon. Now let's try and land on Jupiter itself. Oh. That didn't work very well. Now let's go to Saturn. Saturn's also a gas giant. Oh, Jupiter's really close by actually. Let's go to Jupiter. Let me change my mind. But yeah, back to cameras, so I can explain it a lot better. Cinematic is just basically a view of the rocket with everything else, I think. Chase is literally moving, like chasing it. Manual is allowing you to basically alter the camera and such. Let's try and land on Jupiter. Not going to work very well though. Because it's a gas giant. Like so. I should tell what basically they do. Okay, it's just... okay. So yeah, that's really cool. It also has an about thing that actually tells you all your keybinds, all the keys you need to press, the camera. Better explanation than I gave it, really. And also what the mouse does. That's really nice to give you a lot of information to go on. Also credits as well. Got to cite the assets you use and such. Okay. Yeah, as one thing I'm not too keen on. When you press in the like, this is supposed to be the pan key, the middle mouse button. If you press it in, that allows you to pan stuff. But when you do pan it, it just kind of goes, has a really nasty offset on it, which I don't really like. It should really just be on the area you actually click on, but it's not the area you click on. It's weird. Really weird. That definitely needs fixing, because it doesn't seem right when you pan it initially. Yeah, I've played this game for quite a bit. I've flown to different celestial bodies. We wanted to try and fly to every single one of them, and yeah, I really do like the mechanics in it. But anything else I need to talk about? I did remember one time I pressed options, it took quite some time to load, but I don't know if I could try and get it to do that now, or... yeah, the loading issues, like repeating missions, definitely need to be sorted out, but overall I do like there is a save and load system. Makes sense considering the fact you gotta like track missions and such, but you know, there's a bit more to it than simply it being just a simulation. There is, you know, missions and such, which is really nice. I do hope there are more added later on. Yeah, definitely add more music. Maybe add variation to sound effects as well, because hearing the same guy going yee all the time can be a bit, you know, annoying-ish. But I do see why that sound effect's being used. It's a very cutesy like game for basically kids. I do like the way the game generally looks, but definitely improve the sprites of the characters, or add, like I was on about, add maybe like some kind of animated 3D characters in like some kind of communication like feed thing. It's space and it's like very sci-fi to have that. I don't know, you know, just like mission controls contact you kind of thing. Like, I don't know. But it also fixes this issue as well, the mouse. This is what I was actually going to speak about. But if you use the mouse and press down and move it, it makes that awful audio sounds. That's also a bug that needs to be fixed. That's really nasty sounding. Oh, I'd never noticed that actually. If you hold left mouse button on like a button on the menu and then you drag it away, it doesn't actually go in the thing. Even on the quick key, I could literally do it on the quick key. It's interesting. Oh, it stays as well. That's weird. That is really weird. That's also a bug I've just found. Very interesting. It was a really cool game. Really did enjoy it. It was quite finicky at the very start when you're trying to figure out how the physics works. But overall, like literally right now, I've just orbited the Earth right now like this. But once you start playing it for a bit, you do start getting used to it all, and it is really cool. I really do like it. But hopefully the developer can get some feedback from this. Hopefully me just like slurring about and just trying to find the words for stuff isn't too confusing. And the bugs are found, and you know the feedback I've provided is useful. This has been like I'm getting a bit tired now, so I might end the video now. That's the reason why I find it quite difficult to speak, is because I'm just a bit tired. But I have shown things that need improving. At the very least, I've done my job here. So thank you guys for watching my playtest on Tiny Solar System. And I'm going to crash into the sun. Bye guys.